Okay, last video of the day, kiddos. We are going to find the discriminant, and then we are going to tell the number and type of roots. So the first step is going to be actually finding the discriminant. Then once we find it, we're going to tell the number of roots and the type of roots. So I'm going to start by doing a couple with you. And then I'm going to ask you to pause the video and do some of your own and then come back. So let's start with problem 242. The first thing you've got to make sure of is that it's equal to 0 and it's in the right order. If it's not equal to 0 or not in the right order, you got to get it in the right order. So in this problem, A, it's in the right order first. A is -4, B is -3, C is -1. It's in the correct order. Squared to the first power, constant, 0. Okay. So the first thing I do is find the discriminant by writing b squared minus 4ac. So that's going to be -3 squared. If you're punching on your calculator, you got to use parentheses, or otherwise you'll get the wrong answer. Minus 4 times a times c, and I work that out. -3 squared is 9. -4 times -4 times -1. 3 negatives make a negative. 4 times 4 is 16 times 1 is 16. 9 minus 16 is -7. So the first part of my homework is, what is the discriminant? It's -7. Then it says tell the number and type of solutions. So I go to my chart. I got -7, so I read the negative number. It says there's no real roots. There are 2 imaginary roots. Because if I plug this into the quadratic formula, I would get a negative under the square root sign, so that makes imaginary numbers. So my two-part answer is the discriminant is -7, and I have 2 imaginary roots. And that's the answer. Find the discriminant, state the number 2, and the type imaginary. 2 imaginary roots. Okay? Now let me do one where it's not equal to 0, and then I'm going to ask you guys to pause the video and try some on your own. Let's try problem 252. It's not equal to 0. 3x squared minus 4x minus 9 equals -8. To get it equal to 0, I need to move that -8 over here, which makes it +8. -9 and +8 makes me have -1. 3x squared minus 4x minus 1 equals 0. A equals 3. B equals -4. C equals -1. A, B, C. Don't forget to pick up the signs with them. So I do my discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. That's going to be -4 squared minus 4 times 3 times -1. -4 squared is 16. Negative times a negative is a positive. This is going to be a positive. 4 times 3 is 12, times 1 is 12. It's going to be a positive 12. 16 plus 12 is 28. So what is my discriminant? 28. Then it says the number and type of roots. I go to my chart. The discriminant is a positive non-square. 28 is not a square. So that means I have 2 real roots, and what type are they? Irrational. 2 irrational real roots. Now my software, when it does it, will just say irrational. It expects you to know that irrational is automatically real, but it's going to say irrational roots. 2 irrational roots. Okay? I would like you guys on your own to do for me, you can, after you find the problem number, stop the video and then you can do them. Do for me 243, and do for me 246. Okay. On your own, do 243 and 246. Stop the video and work those, and then come back. Okay. 243, 246. All right. I'm multitasking, y'all. We're right in the middle of a church business meeting, and I'm taking votes as they come in to me. All right, 243. Let's see if you got the right answer. First, it was already equal to 0, and it was in the right order. So A, let me turn it so it's more straight on to y'all. A is an understood 1, B is 4, and C is 4. So I do B squared minus 4AC. B is 4, so B squared is 16, minus 4 times 1 times 4. 4 times A times C. This is going to be a negative. 4 times 1 is 4 times 4 is 16. 16 minus 16 is 0. My discriminant is 0. Okay. So what type of roots and number of roots am I going to have? If it's 0, I have one double root that is rational. So I am going to have one rational double root. Now, my software doesn't put the word double in there, but when you do them on your paper, I want you to put the word double to remind yourself that there's always two answers. Okay? And it just so happens that the answer to this problem, whatever answer you get, you're going to get it twice. Okay? So 243 is going to have one rational double root, and I can do this one in my head. The answer is actually going to be -2 twice, but one rational double root. So that was problem 243. Then I asked you to do 246. Now 246 is a special one. Wonder if you caught it. It's already in the right order. A is 1, C is -3, but there's no B. B equals 0. Make sure if you put B was -3 that you fix it. B is 0. It's the thing that's attached to the X, and there is no X here. So I write B squared minus 4AC. B is 0, so 0 squared minus 4 times 1 times -3. 0 squared, this becomes positive because there's two negatives. A -4 times 1 is -4 times -3 is +12. 0 plus 12 is 12. So my discriminant is 12. The discriminant for 246 is, oh shoot, y'all. I looked at my answer key and that's wrong. Does anybody see the mistake I made?
Can I drop?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, y'all, I told y'all I was multitasking, so that was a church member dropping off an offering. Okay, I screwed up. I wrote A was 1. A is not 1, A is 3. Is anybody out there in the cyber world yelling? Miss Woods, you made a mistake? Sorry about that. All right. B squared minus 4AC. B is still 0. I wasn't wrong about everything. Minus 4 times 3 times -3. 4 times 3 is 12. Times 3 is 36. Two negatives make a positive. 0 plus 36 is 36. That's the correct answer, Ms. Woods. All right, so what kind of number is 36? It is a positive perfect square, which means I have two real roots that are rational. So I have two rational roots. And I just happen to know that those two rational roots are 1 and -1, but it has two rational roots. So your homework today is on CUDA. It looks like a lot, but these don't take a whole lot of time. Your homework is on CUDA, and it goes from 242 to, I think, 265. I got my pages all out of order. 242 to 265 on CUDA, and we Zoom tomorrow. This is due by 10 o'clock tonight, 242 to 265 on CUDA, and today is Wednesday. Thank you guys so much, and I will Zoom you tomorrow. Bye-bye.